Hey guys, it's Jules. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm pretty pumped about this video. We're going to talk about things from estate sales that you can look for that are a more secret bolo, or just something you can find to escape the hustle of people that are going after the really pricey things. These are things that estate sales may not know about, often do not, because almost everything on this list is something I've actually found myself at one point or another as estate sales, and they usually are very affordable. So I'm really excited to share them with you. I'm Jules. I am a full-time reseller. I'm a single mama, a one-woman show, and I'm doing this for a living. And if I can do it, you guys can too. So I want to motivate you and help you out and help me out, and we all help each other out. This is my goal, okay? Stay tuned. Oh, let's get into this. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is number one, and by the way, this is a 10 number list. Number one is Bibles. Bibles, yes. I still can't believe this is something to look out for, because my perception before I got into reselling was Bibles are everywhere, They give them out for free. They're at hotels. I believe they're the #1 printed book in the world. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's true. So I never in my wildest dreams would think Bibles were something I should be looking out for, but yes, they actually are. They can be worth quite a bit of money. The highest selling Bible I think I've ever sold was around $200. So that was pretty cool. And very rarely are Bibles ever priced up. So not only can this be for the estate sales, but it's really, Bibles are for wherever you can find them. The things I do look for are older Bibles, if they're leather bound, if they have the gilded pages. Yeah, I'll look them up. The first page does show the date usually, or the first couple pages it'll show the date. So if it's an older Bible, some older Bibles are really rare. People want them because they don't have them around. Pretty much the only place to find them is eBay, People collect them, people want them. Even the little, there's little mission, Catholic, sometimes they'll be small, those too. It don't matter. A lot of religious things in general sell well. So Bibles are definitely one to look out for. Very rarely are priced up, and always look them up though, because even though I'm telling you, this is a good thing to look for, sometimes things are not, everything's 100%. There are also Bibles that don't sell for basically very much of anything. So be cautious, kind of feel your way through, look them up, learn how to, kind of spot the ones that might be worth money. Even if they're in bad condition, they can still be worth money. You don't want them obviously falling apart, but still look them up if they're a little rough, because some of the old ones are going to look a little rough, if they're really old. Still look them up. So that is number one. But number two, we have gloves. Yes, gloves. Often at estate sales, they'll be shoved in a closet somewhere, or maybe not. Maybe they're laid out on the table, but either way, very rarely are they marked up. Gloves, especially, we're going vintage, leather. We have Kid is a name of a glove, old vintage glove company. I don't know if they're still making them, but it is, yeah, KID, Kid. They're leather. I'll show some comps, but soft leather. Some of them are long, some of them are shorter, but they're women's leather gloves, and you have to kind of roll up the glove, and inside is usually some kind of marking. It's hard to identify them sometimes if that marking's rubbed off, but those can be worth a lot of money. A lot of times, something like closet things in general, they just get kind of pushed to the side, not marked up a lot. And even at the thrift stores, I look through the gloves, because I have found really valuable gloves just sitting there, because people don't think, oh, that's something worth money. You just don't always go there, I guess. I was shocked too when I first found out some of the prices on these. So yes, number two gloves. Number 3, we have stationery. Let me just say, a lot of stationery does not sell for much, but there is this one name to look out for when it comes to stationery, and I can't talk, it's Betsy Clark. Betsy Clark has a lot of Hallmark stationery from back in the day, and is so cute. People love her, and they collect this stationery, and it can sell for a lot. Anytime you can get the stationery new in a box already sealed, that's always awesome too. Hallmark in general is a better vintage brand, but specifically Betsy Clark, because there's a lot of this stuff that can also not be worth a ton of money. So you got to be aware. But another one that I think a lot of people already know, but I'll just throw it in there, is Lisa Frank, old Lisa Frank stuff. And I wasn't even going to really mention it because Lisa Frank, I think, is more well-known. More people know about her. But, you know, there's always new people out there learning. So in case you didn't know, yes, Lisa Frank, vintage stationery, worth quite a lot of times. But you got to be careful because Lisa Frank still makes products these days, and the newer stuff does not sell like the older stuff. So look into that. But yes, Betsy Clark, that's the one to look out for. Yes, I have found Betsy Clark at an estate sale. It was a couple months ago at least, and I think I paid $1 for it, and it sold for like almost $100 just for, it wasn't even complete. It was like an open box stationery with some of the sheets and envelopes, and just for what it was, yeah, almost $100 that sold for. So definitely something to be on the lookout for, Betsy Clark. Number 4, brass. Pretty much anything. No, not everything's going to be worth a lot of money, but brass in general, brass decor, it is trending. It has been trending for a while, and if you see it, look it up, because a lot of stuff can be worth good money. It's just basically decor things like wall plaques, little deer you can put on your mantle or desk, you know, brass doorknobs. I don't know doorknobs, but little things you can attach to your door, you know, anything that brass can be made out of. Absolutely, just look it up. I don't think very often sales have that marked up. It is just trending mainly, you know. A lot of brass stuff is made in India, and some of it can look a little worn out, but still look it up, because it don't always matter. Sometimes people are going for that look and they just want it. So a very good thing to always keep your eye out. If you see something brass, look it up. Number 5, we got linens. Linens are a favorite of mine. I just don't know, I just really like them. And they often get overlooked. Linens can be worth a ton of money. Any type of old sheet sets, I know it's wild, but if, like, especially if they have really cool print, like a retro print, we got flowers, the cool retro colors. I can't think of anything other than retro right now because my vocab is lacking, but yeah, retro stuff. We got Ralph Lauren. Let me just, holy crap, Ralph Lauren sheets and any kind of bedding, home decor, a lot of Ralph Lauren stuff goes for big money. So you can often find a lot of that kind of stuff at estate sales. And we got Chanel. If you don't know about Chanel, they're kind of like granny bed sheets or bed comforters. A lot of people remember their grandmas having Chanel. It's just fabric with a raised texture. You'll see it kind of often has lines. I'll show comps of what it looks like, but it's not, or it's easy to spot because it has a very unique look to it. Some Chanel can be more modern, so you gotta watch out for that. but there is a lot of vintage Chanel, and a very popular place to find it is estate sales. It's probably estate sales are probably one of the only places I ever find it, honestly, which is awesome because I love finding. You gotta be careful. Sometimes it has holes, you never know. But like the brighter and the cooler the pattern, the better, as with most things. But no matter what, I don't know, even if it has like a few flaws or a little bit of staining, you can find out how to take out stains. First of all, it is rather easy. It's just time consuming more than anything. If it's worth a lot of money, I think it's worth doing that, in my opinion anyhow. Even if it has a couple holes or something like that, still, as long as it's not like falling apart, I would pick it up if it's, you know, decent priced. So Chanel, what's another? Oh, another thing linen wise is old towels. Old vintage like Canon towels are really popular if they have like the sculpted look. I'll put an example just to show. So old Canon towels, I think those are Sears, a lot of like JCPenney and Sears things like people remember having in the past. They go for quite a bit. Like I said, the more bold the patterns, and using good keywords when you post it, like flower. I probably talked about this before, but if I get a cool like floral 60s style bed sheet or whatever, I'll do flower power, retro flower power, you know, and my titles, just to get, you know, attention. People look for that stuff, and it's in style now, I think. So yeah, always look out for linens if you don't mind buying them and dealing with them. I know it's not everyone's bag, but they can bring in a lot of money. Number 6, we have vintage Walkmans. Yes, yeah, they go for a lot. We don't really need to dive into this one. They just sell. People are looking for these. They don't make them anymore. Even if they don't work, you can sell them for the parts, because people also look for that. And I did that not long ago. Unfortunately, the one I got, it had a radio and it had a cassette player. The radio worked, the cassette player didn't. I did kind of try to repair it and I was unsuccessful, but I thought, well, put it on there for parts. And yes, I think I sold it for around $30 just for the parts. It would have been worth like over $100 if it worked correctly, but it looked good aesthetically. It had the earphones and everything, or headphones, whatever. So yeah, Sony, what other brands do well? Sony, Walkman, Panasonic, I don't know. It don't really matter. If it's an old Walkman, look it up. Let me tell you, I'll share comps. Number 6, Walkmans. Number 8. 5, 6, 7. That's not 8. That number 8. Okay. Vintage plush. Stuffed animals. Okay. A lot of stuffed animals are not worth much of anything, and they can be long tail, which means they take a while to sell. So just saying that. But if you find some of the rare ones, they can go for huge money. It's just something you kind of have to research, and if you find something older, look it up. I've had Garfield. Some Garfield stuff's really popular. I found a glowworm one time that sold for like $70. I paid like a couple bucks for it, and it's got to be the old glowworms, like the original from the 80s. And it worked too, the one I found, which was cool. So yeah, there's Barney stuff. Now, also some Barney stuff doesn't do crazy good, but some does do well. So a lot of people know about Rushton. That's like a huge, like, big money bolo. And if you didn't know, I can show you what they look like, but I would think Rushton would be priced up. I think most estate sale companies would know about this. That's why I wouldn't really mention them on this video, but I just did. Just in case you don't know what they look like, you can find them out in the wild, definitely somewhere. I never have yet, but someday hopefully will. But yeah, there's all kinds of different crazy plush that can be worth money. So don't sleep on the stuffed animal section of the estate sale, because you just never know what you might find. Dig for plush if you have the time, if you want to. If it dills your pickle, go for it, honey. Number 8, plush. I messed that up. This is number 8. And last one was number 7. I can't count apparently. So anywho, number 8 is glassware, vintage glassware. And I completely understand some people are not going to want to pick up a bunch of glasses. It's very daunting to ship them. I have shipped glasses quite a few times and they always arrive good. Knock on wood, because now that I said that, but it can be done. It is a little tedious, so it really depends on if you're into doing the work of shipping them. So, but glasses are often not marked up. They can go for really good money. People collect them. Barware is really trending in like mid-century modern. If the design is cool, once again, they go for more. Mushrooms, anything with like a gilded kind of shininess, like chromy look to it, often does well, I've noticed. I'll show some examples of things to look out for, but yeah, glasses can do very well. And sometimes if I'm at an estate sale, I'll get them. I admit I won't get them unless I can't really find anything. If I don't have enough going on and I haven't found any really good flips, I'll be like, oh, they have the glasses over there, only whatever, $8 for the set, and I'll grab them, because it's like, well, at least it's a good flip, even though I'm gonna have to deal with shipping with them. So yeah, if you're down for not minding, if you don't mind shipping glass, they are a very good thing to look out for. So number 8, glassware. Number 9, we got vintage pens. And not always vintage, but pens in general. You'd be surprised how rare some of them are and what a collector base out there is for old pens. It's crazy, as a lot of the stuff is. So yeah, pens. If you are in like the little office area of the estate sale, and sometimes they just have like pens in a little cup or whatever, look through them. You can see, like, if you look up closely, some pens are actually made of gold or silver, and it will be marked on the pen. You just have to look really closely. But they don't always have to be gold or silver. They can just be collectible. Some like pharmaceutical pens, oddly enough, yeah, those can go for big money. It's just a wide range. So that's definitely something that most commonly is not marked up, and you can get a really good deal on and flip them, and they sell rather quickly, depending on the brand, of course, but and the demand and how rare they are. But always look out for the pens. Pens can do really well. So what were we on, 8 or 9? 9 pens. Number 10, we made it. Number 10, the last one, last but not least. Number 10 is ornaments. And of course, I think a lot of people probably know vintage ornaments can go for big money. And the estate sales may know that too. One thing I did want to zone in on specifically, though, is Christopher Radko ornaments. These can often get overlooked because there are more of a wide range of ornaments that look like this nowadays. So yeah, it's good to know what you're looking for and have the info. So Christopher Radko ornaments are super collective. Some can go for really big money, and they look like glass blown shiny ornaments. Now, to identify them, I will show you. A lot of them, all the ones I found, have a little signature star at the very top of the ornament. And often they have like a little hang tag too, I think, that has a little star on it too. So that's the most common one and good to look out for. But also some of them have on the very top, I'll show you a picture, it will say Radko on the very top of the ornament, and you got to look up close. So anytime you see those shiny hand-blown ornaments, always check them over, because some people just don't even know what, you know, Christopher Radko is, and they don't price them up at all, and it could be like a $200 ornament. So I did find these 3 different about 3, I think 3 or 4 Radko ornaments at a garage sale last year, and they all did very well, very well. So always look out for Christopher Radko ornaments and ornaments in general. Number 10. If you have made it this far, I am so happy and excited, and I appreciate you, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has either subscribed or liked or commented or anything on my videos, because I am new to this and it's cool. It's cool to connect with other people, and I said that really weird. I so appreciate it. So yeah, stay tuned. I will have another video coming out. I'm trying to do 2 a week. That's my goal. So 2 a week seems pretty doable for me. So stay tuned for the next video. Let's get pumped escaping the 9 to 5, making a living flippin'. Okay, that's gonna be my new logo, making a living flippin', because I like that. Okay, bye guys.